Did you know that one of the most groundbreaking scientists in history was also an African-American woman? A trailblazer whose work was integral to the creation of one of the most powerful weapons in history? Well, it's time to set the record straight. Today, we're talking about Carolyn Beatrice Parker, a name that should be as widely recognized as any of the great scientists of the 20th century. But why isn't it? Let's dive into her extraordinary contributions to the Manhattan Project, the top-secret mission that led to the development of the atomic bomb, and how her work with polonium changed the world forever. Stick around to learn how Carolyn Beatrice Parker not only helped shape the course of world history, but also made strides for Black women in science, paving the way for generations to come. Welcome back to My Blackness 100, your go-to place for stories that celebrate Black excellence and Black empowerment. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on incredible content like this. It's easy to think of the Manhattan Project as a bunch of men working in secrecy, right? Well, here's where the story takes a powerful turn. Meet Carolyn Beatrice Parker, a physicist and mathematician whose work was essential to the creation of one of the most powerful weapons in history. Yes, a Black woman working alongside the best minds of the time, contributing to history's most powerful weapon. Her story is not just about science, it's about breaking barriers, fighting against the odds, and making a mark where many never thought it was possible. So how did she do it? Let's go back to the 1940s. The United States, in the middle of World War II, was in a race to build the atomic bomb before Nazi Germany could. A secret project known as the Manhattan Project was born, pulling in some of the greatest minds in physics, chemistry, and engineering. Among them, Carolyn Beatrice Parker. But how did a woman, particularly an African-American woman in a field dominated by white men, end up working on such a high-profile, game-changing project? It all started with her incredible academic background. Carolyn graduated magna cum laude with a degree in physics from Fisk University. Not only that, she earned a master's in mathematics from the University of Michigan, making her one of the few Black women to hold such credentials at the time. However, her journey to academic success was no easy feat. Carolyn faced immense racial barriers throughout her education. As an African-American woman in the 1930s and 40s, she had to fight for recognition in a world that consistently undervalued her talents due to her race and gender. At Fisk University, a historically Black institution, she was still often overlooked by the wider academic world, and as she pursued her master's degree at the University of Michigan, she encountered the harsh realities of segregation and discrimination in education. Her professors and classmates were often dismissive of her capabilities, assuming that as a Black woman, she could never compete at the same level as her white male counterparts. But Carolyn didn't let those barriers stop her. She excelled despite the biases, proving herself time and time again. Her grades were exceptional, and her intellectual rigor spoke for itself. It was through sheer determination, resilience, and a refusal to accept limitations that Carolyn earned her place in one of the most influential scientific projects in history. Her work at the Dayton Project, a part of the Manhattan Project, was absolutely essential. Let's break down what she did. Parker was tasked with working on polonium, a highly radioactive element that was used in the neutron initiators of the bomb. Now, neutron initiators might sound complicated, but they were a critical component of the bomb. They were designed to kickstart the nuclear reaction once the bomb was detonated. Think of them as the fuse that sets everything off, but instead of a spark, it's a burst of neutrons. And guess who helped refine the purification process of polonium to the highest standard? Carolyn Beatrice Parker. Her team had to find a way to isolate polonium from other elements and make it pure enough to serve its purpose. In short, if it weren't for Parker's work, the bomb might not have worked the way it was supposed to. Her research involved highly dangerous materials and required precision, skill, and grit. Polonium was so radioactive it could kill within hours if not handled properly. But Carolyn didn't shy away from the challenge. She and her team worked in highly controlled environments, using advanced chemical extraction methods to produce the polonium needed for the bomb. She wasn't just a scientist in a lab, she was breaking down racial and gender barriers, proving that African American women had a place in high-level scientific work. At the time, few women, and even fewer black women, were given such opportunities. The significance of Carolyn's work wasn't just academic, it was world-changing. The success of the atomic bomb depended on the exact timing of the nuclear chain reaction, and that's where Carolyn's polonium initiators came in. Without them, the bomb would not have detonated in the way it did. Let that sink in for a moment. Carolyn's contributions helped create the world's first nuclear explosion, an event that changed the course of history forever. And yet, so many people still don't know her name. The bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945 were made possible in part by Carolyn's work. These bombings led to the end of World War II, but they also ushered in the nuclear age, changing geopolitics forever. But it wasn't just about the bomb. Her involvement in the Manhattan Project demonstrated the power of black women in science, an area where they had been marginalized, yet Carolyn showed the world that talent, determination, and skill know no race or gender. Carolyn Beatrice Parker's story is one of perseverance, brilliance, and above all, breaking barriers. She's a true example of black excellence, and we're proud to share her journey with you today. However, it's heartbreaking to note that Carolyn was never properly recognized for her role in the project during her lifetime. As a black woman in a predominantly white and male-driven field, her contributions were often overshadowed and she was overlooked for recognition, even though she played a pivotal role in one of the most important scientific achievements of the 20th century. It wasn't until years later that her story began to gain the attention it deserved. If you've learned something new today, be sure to like, comment, and share this video with others who need to hear about this amazing woman. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on incredible content like this. This is My Blackness 100, and we'll see you next time with more powerful stories celebrating the strength, brilliance, and impact of black individuals who shaped the world. Watch more videos here on My Blackness 100 and stay inspired. Black excellence is limitless.